everybody. Stacy Shea here. I'm running for the first vice chair of the Greenville County Republican Party.
Jennifer Black, running for chair for the Republican Party.
And Randy Page, running for executive committeeman for the Greenville County Republican Party.
You've seen a couple of videos of just me and Jennifer, and we wanted to make sure that the delegates who will be casting their votes on Tuesday evening had the opportunity to get to know Randy a little bit better.
Absolutely. In talking to you and getting to know you, we just met you.
Right.
We've heard, some things, and it's like, well, okay, so he's a party guy, and I'll be honest with you, I was unsure, and so I was curious to hear actually the things that you've been doing.
Right.
And so I feel like that first, I definitely explain, where you come from. And then also if you could just tell us what you did before working with Bob Jones just recently.
Sure. For a number of years, I've been involved working on a number of different issues, whether it was life, whether it was school choice, whether it was charter schools, any of those kinds of things. And specifically, I worked in Columbia, day after day after day to try to get tuition tax credits for students to be able to attend a private or home school of their choice, because I believe, like so many other people, that children should not be forced to attend a school solely because of their zip code. And so I've been in there and fought for those rights of parents and children to be able to choose the education that best fits their child. And I've done it. Yes, I've worked through the party, but I've also worked it in a number of other ways. And if a Republican legislator refused to budge on school choice, I'd run a primary against them. Won some of them, lost some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But my job was to make sure that they knew that the people of South Carolina wanted school choice, and I delivered that message loud and clear.
How long ago, when did all that start?
So I started working in school choice about 16 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I have been, so I often say I was for school choice before school choice was cool. And it was just really interesting to get involved in the fight and to get to meet the different players around the state and to talk to parents. I mean, when I had parents literally come into my office, and parents who, one lady from Lee County came in and she just cried because her son was a senior in high school and could not read. And the school district did not see a problem with that. And she went and, she came and she talked to the legislature. She came to rallies, she did what she needed to do. But it was because of people like her that she didn't have the option monetarily without this help to do that. Yeah. And so, in my opinion, I think all children should have that option.
Sure, absolutely. And I think that's fascinating is that, especially the subject matter of school choice, I would love all of our dollars to be to my child so that I can wield whatever education that I would like them to have. And that's, pre-federal government getting involved, and that's how we worked. That's not the system we have right now. So I love, moving people from one thing to another requires some sort of incremental change. And I fully recognize that at least helping the people that have kids that dyslexia is probably one of the larger situations that you're talking about, where they need another avenue to teach their children, because the one-size-fits-all concept of some, public schools in a lot of ways is not working for them. And we have to, they'd like to have an individual solution for their child, and tax credit was one way to do that. And of course, we need to go further with that and go another step. And I think that's actually working right now. We have some legislation now.
Absolutely. I think it's very important that we look at this issue that we really shouldn't be funding systems. We should be funding students.
Yeah, there's a huge movement to that going on across the country.
There is.
Yeah.
And I think, my wife volunteers at a school that's for special needs children. And so it's just really interesting to hear her come home from the school those days and talk about how those students have learned different things and just how she's able to interact with them. But those parents had the ability to pay for that.
Yeah.
But there are so many other parents that don't, and really it should be open to all.
So could you speak about some of the other things you've been working on in the background that people may not know about?
Sure, I've been involved with Palmetto Family Council, so working on issues of importance to the family, whether it's traditional marriage, with Citizens for Life on issues of life. I was excited to see the South Carolina legislature deliver on the heartbeat bill this year. That's great. And then, worked on charter schools a good bit and serve on the charter school district board, the state board of trustees right now. And so just even enlarging the option of school choice, even within the public sector. So those are a number of the things, along with religious liberty, particularly at the federal level.
So I know one of the things that you had mentioned in the initial phone call that the three of us had that we were very encouraged by was the time for talking is over, and I'd love for you to share that with our delegates.
Sure. Yeah. As I've mentioned, I've been involved for a while, and but I've heard us talk about these issues. I've heard us talk about these problems for so long, but the time for talking is definitely over. We need to get in and do something. And I'm pleased that our Greenville County Legislative Delegation, by and large, they're doing things.
Right.
They're not the problem. They're not the swamp. The swamp is in Florence County. The swamp is in Horry County with Hugh Leatherman and Luke Rankin, and they're the problems. And so we have got to support our legislative delegation as they go down there to Columbia to fight for us on these issues. And I think that's important. And then as a party, as you and Jen work together to build a model party here in Greenville County, that we can export that to other counties to say, this is how we do it. This is how we have legislators who understand what the platform is,
Right.
and they abide by the platform, and they do the platform, and we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, we will be back with other videos in the future to tell you a little bit more about what's going on. We would love to hear from you. If you have questions from us, please send us an email at jenandstacygop@gmail.com. We love getting those questions, and we will talk to you next time.